only 1 year older than you. One of the rugby boys too, I think.
Heartstopper is finally back, and we have so much to discuss. The third installment of the show has just dropped on Netflix, and I'm aware that a lot of you have already binge-watched the entire thing. Well, you're not the only one. I, too, watched the whole season in a single go, and honestly, all I can think about now is what's next for the show. This means it's time to dive into the fourth season of Heartstopper, where we must address questions like its potential release and what the plot might entail. Without further delay, let's dive in. You're likely already aware that the third chapter of Heartstopper presented a heartwarming and emotional conclusion with a perfect combination of romance, self-exploration, and character growth throughout the storyline. We observed as Charlie and Nick's relationship became even deeper, both emotionally and physically. From small personal moments like Charlie coming home in Nick's clothes to larger hurdles such as dealing with Charlie's eating disorder, their connection only grew stronger in the third season. When it comes to their individual challenges, the show took a far more serious direction this season. Charlie, eager to live like any regular teen, wrestled with his mom's overprotective nature, yet he was resolute in carving out his own path. Simultaneously, Nick embarked on a college road trip with Tara, Elle, and Imogen, which led to eye-opening experiences. Imogen had a notably vulnerable moment where she admitted that she might not be interested in boys after all, having previously pursued Nick and Ben more out of societal pressure than actual affection. Nick, meanwhile, faced his own dilemma. He couldn't decide whether to leave town for university or stay with Charlie. It's evident that in the fourth season, we will witness Nick navigating college life while attempting to maintain his relationship with Charlie, despite this significant change in their lives. I predict Nick will face difficulty balancing his new college social circle with his old friends, including Charlie, a challenge most of us face when transitioning to college. How Nick will handle it is yet to be seen, but I am sure he'll try his best to ensure Charlie doesn't feel abandoned back home. There was also a lighthearted moment when Elle accidentally outed some intimate moments between Nick and Charlie in front of their friends. Although Nick was mortified, he and Charlie continued to deepen their connection, which was something I was personally hoping for this season. A highly anticipated scene this season was when Charlie and Nick spent their first night together, following a dispute Charlie had with his mother. Personally, I think the scene was beautifully handled, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. As the two took a major step forward in their relationship, I anticipate the fourth season will dive even further into intimate content, focusing on their personal desires and preferences. One thing I know for sure is that the show will approach these sensitive topics with utmost respect. Regardless of the direction they take, they'll handle it carefully. I believe part of the reason they were able to film such a delicate scene so seamlessly is due to the comfortable atmosphere the actors shared on set. In a recent interview, Joe Locke, who plays Charlie, discussed how the show's themes grew more mature this season. He mentioned that it felt natural for the series to mature along with the characters as they grew older, and he enjoyed the opportunity to explore deeper topics as an actor. Joe also underscored the importance of staying authentic, especially when portraying intense issues like mental health, stressing that it's all about representing these heavy subjects truthfully. One of those significant themes was the exploration of sex and general sexuality. Kit Connor, who portrays Nick, added some humor by talking about how filming such scenes can feel awkward. He described the strange environment on set and joked about how the squeaky floorboards in bed during intimate scenes didn't help with the sound recording. Nevertheless, it's clear that the cast has cultivated a comfortable and supportive environment, which makes it easier to film anything, no matter how cringe-worthy it might seem. Kit shared that after filming, the cast would often head to someone's place, make dinner together, and critique each other's cooking skills, a bit of behind-the-scenes trivia that I absolutely love. But what about you? What's your take on this? Aside from the humor, the real emotional climax occurred towards the end of the season when Nick persuaded Charlie to finally open up to his parents about his eating disorder. With Nick by his side and a carefully crafted speech, Charlie bravely confessed his struggles to them. It was a deeply moving moment, with Tori overhearing from the stairs, her eyes filled with emotion. This scene showed us that more progress is on the horizon for Charlie's recovery in the next season, as this was a massive leap forward for him. I couldn't be prouder of his courage. Overall, this season tackled complicated themes like mental health, sexuality, and the growing pains of adolescence. I believe the fourth season will delve even further into these themes. After the first season of Heartstopper launched in April 2022 and garnered fantastic reviews, Netflix promptly ordered 2 more seasons. However, as of early October, there's still no official confirmation on the fourth season. Given the show's immense popularity, low production costs, and the upcoming sixth volume of the graphic novel series, it's almost guaranteed that there will be a fourth season. Plus, comments from the cast and crew indicate that a renewal is imminent. For example, Joe Locke mentioned in an interview that while nothing has been set in stone, they're all hoping for more seasons to come. Although Netflix can be unpredictable, it's evident that Joe and the rest of the team want the show to continue. That said, there's some bittersweet news. Creator Alice Oseman recently shared that if Netflix does greenlight a fourth season, it will be the last. She's currently working on the sixth volume of the graphic novel, and in a post on her Patreon, she expressed her hope that there will be a fourth season to properly wrap up the story. She added that she's praying for the show's continuation, though she also hinted that the wait between seasons might be a bit longer this time around. In the past, we received new seasons every year since the books were mostly already published. However, since the final book isn't out yet, the release schedule could be affected. Alice explained that she wants to release the last book before the fourth season airs, meaning fans can experience the ending through the books first. Still, this time around, there's a chance we might see the series before the book hits shelves, which would be a first for Heartstopper. If everything aligns, we might see the fourth season as early as October 2025.